that they cannot cook turkey in our oven at Christmas. Each Christmas, my wife and I host for her family. This has been going on for a while now as we have young kids, and it's just better for the kids to be at home all day on Christmas Day to play with their new things. My wife and I are also both vegetarians. We're not militant, we totally believe that everyone has the right to choose what they eat. Nevertheless, we both find the meat industry horrific and hate the thought of what meat is. Most of my wife's family are also vegetarian, which helps, but her dad and brother aren't. Normally, they cook the turkey at home and then heat it up in our microwave, as we never used it so aren't bothered about meat being cooked in it. However, our microwave is broken this year. We've not replaced it or looked at getting it fixed as we have no call to use it. My father-in-law is now saying that we should either cook the turkey in our oven or at least let them heat it up in the oven. I've said no, as we really don't want our oven smelling of meat, same for the air fryer. We said they're welcome to bring their own air fryer and use that, but he's being a bit difficult and saying we're putting our silly beliefs ahead of the Christmas spirit. I've tried pointing out that neither of us object to them eating meat in our house. That's their choice, we just don't want it being cooked in our oven. It's got to the point now where I'm seriously thinking of just buying a new microwave tomorrow just to put an end to this. So, AITA for not wanting the meat to be cooked in our oven. Update Microwave and travel. I've seen a few comments asking about the microwave and people traveling to us, so here goes. It broke last Christmas Day, unfortunately. My mother-in-law was warming up some cake in there and it fizzed and stopped working. It's an integrated one, so replacing it isn't as simple as just buying a brand new one. We'd need it to be fitted into the correct space, and there's not really enough room to have a standalone one on one of the kitchen surfaces. It was fine for them to reheat in the microwave because we never really used it, and we use the oven daily. Plus, the microwave doesn't retain the smell like an oven would, and is also much easier/quicker to clean. We live in the UK, we're about a 10-minute drive from the rest of the family, so it's not like we've made everyone commit to an arduous journey. Everyone wants to come to ours as it's better for the kids, who are the only grandkids on that side of the family. AITA for wanting a quiet Christmas after baby spends nearly a month in the NICU. I recently gave birth at the end of November. The original plan was to visit my in-laws for Christmas Eve, Christmas, and Boxing Day. It would have given us a month to have our baby home and get into a routine. Life threw us a curveball. She was admitted to the NICU. She remained there for nearly a month. She has now been home for 3 full days. I also had some trouble myself, as I suffered a postpartum hemorrhage at home 2 weeks ago. The baby still has medicine and needs blood sugars monitored. It has been a bumpy and stressful journey. Now Christmas is soon and we've decided to stay home. The in-laws are more than welcome to come for short visits. I was even open to a short Christmas Day visit, but we would not be leaving the comfort of our house. As a result, my MIL is very upset. She doesn't even want to come down to visit. She especially didn't want to come down to visit us when she learned another family member was going to visit around the same time frame. My MIL is very much I'll hold the baby so you can get stuff done. This other family member baked/cooked for us, did laundry, and cleaned up my blood after I hemorrhaged at home. My wife mentioned she knew this would happen and that either myself or her mom would be upset, that it's a no-win situation. My wife is quite passive/neutral in the matter. She hasn't taken sides, so to speak. I've compromised a lot in this situation. I let her visit when we were home for less than a day. I wanted at least a couple days. I'm offering more visits around the holidays. I've agreed to come down Jan 1st for a visit. I don't know what else to do. AITA. AITA for asking my ex-husband's girlfriend to stop posting our kids on social media. I, 33F, have asked multiple times that my ex-husband, 32M, ask his girlfriend to stop posting our kids on social media. Every task has been met with lots of conflict and arguing. My favorite line is him claiming I'm being controlling. Here's some backstory for why all. We were together for 11 years, married for 6, we have 2 kids together and he helps raise my oldest. We've been separated since last Halloween and divorced fully since May. My ex-husband and his girlfriend have been together since February. She met my kids about 10 days after she met him and has been in their lives ever since. They live together and she seems to really love my kids. I don't really have a problem with her, except she continues to post my kids on social media with captions that make me and my family members extremely uncomfortable. I don't post my kids on social media often, and when I do it's a couple pictures and it's private, just fun updates for long-distance family. She's posting 60 to 70 pictures at a time and frequently, with captions like "our girls." She also doesn't like that I post about the things my ex-husband did to me through our relationship, so she has my Facebook blocked, so most of these posts are being shown to me by close family and friends who see it and are uncomfortable. My ex-husband thinks I'm just trying to be controlling and refuses to do anything about it. Am I the asshole for asking for these posts to be removed and for her to stop posting them? AITA for betraying my friends by having a secret boyfriend. Throwaway because I'm pretty active in some communities that I want to keep separate from this post, art plus hobby related. I, 24F, have a pretty horrible dating history. I've never had a relationship end in a way that wasn't a world-shattering disaster, multiple cheating cases, ghosting, abuse, etc. Last year I had the worst breakup of my entire life that shook me up for a full year and some change. I don't have a big circle, but I have a small group of friends that are all aware of my bad history with relationships. This year I decided to dip my toe back into dating after the breakup, and was casually seeing a few people over about 4 to 6 weeks. Another important context is that I have bipolar, and if you didn't know, a big part of that is getting very excited over new things and having your interests die over time. The same goes with relationships. You tend to get really hyped and optimistic after a good first date only for things to fizzle and have to tell everyone it didn't work out, which can be really embarrassing. This time when I decided to date around, I deliberately didn't tell anyone I was doing it. I'm just a little sick of messaging all my friends about this nice new person I'm seeing only for it not to work out, and they're probably sick of me telling them all about new things I'm interested in, knowing it'll fizzle away. I am working on it, I'm just aware that I'm hard to deal with. While dating around on a few apps, I met my current boyfriend, and I realized quickly I wanted to see him more than just a casual/FYB situation. We saw each other a few times before deciding to be exclusive. I didn't tell any of my friends just in case it didn't work out, but now it's been 4 months and still going steady, so I decided to tell people. I sent a few pictures to my group chat saying hard launch, expecting people to laugh with me, especially since I'm hilariously bad at keeping secrets. Basically everybody blew up at me, telling me I had lied to them for 4 months and that I was being weird and betraying their friendship and trust by not telling them I had a boyfriend. I hate lying outright, so the whole time I was lying by omission, just not telling them I was going on dates and then seeing someone exclusively. I'm mortified and don't want to lose all my friends over something I thought would just be a fun surprise/funny reveal. If I genuinely messed up and this wasn't an okay thing for me to do, I want to know. I'm neurodivergent, so it's hard for me to know with things like this. I'm not trying to rally people into my corner. If this is something that would generally hurt people, I want to know so I can do better next time.